Hello everybody, Max here, next to the busy, bustling streets of the city, but still in my quiet space. You know, I like to get out here in my car, roll up the windows, and just be me. That's today. And today we live in a world of uncertainty and promise. The uncertainty is, well, right now anyway, the Iran war and getting rid of illegal aliens. Now we've got ICE straining at the max, already working to get these bastards out of our country. But now we have to use them to augment the TSA. Now here's a question about the TSA. That's what I'm getting to first. Why in the hell do we have the TSA when for decades and decades we did fine without them? Each airline was responsible for its own security. Some hired their own security forces, trained well. Others contracted with local law enforcement, like sheriffs, police, state police. And it worked well. What stopped it was George W. Bush, a mass murderer in his own right, a man who grabbed power, total power, for the deep state while in office. Between the Patriot Act, the TSA, and Homeland Security, he pretty well grabbed us by the nuts and dragged us under with him. Well, let me tell you what. If we pay these TSA workers who aren't being paid and phase them out, eliminate TSA, which has become the largest government agency in the country. Did you know that TSA employs more people than the Department of Transportation, including the Coast Guard? They have more employees than the Marine Corps, for God's sake. And I was reading a report lately. It says that over 30% of TSA workers are not in airports. They're not checking security at the ships. No. They're in the office filing papers. They've got a 30% of the budget and their people in administration. It's the typical failed government agency. They're so goddamn inefficient. They're so shitty, you'd swear they'd been around for 250 years, not just, 20, 30 years? Let's get rid of the TSA, let the airlines handle it, save a buttload of money, a lot of money, because we don't have to pay those bastards. Did you know TSA has a union? A union. I wouldn't give a union to the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Space Force. I wouldn't give them a union. I wouldn't give unions to doctors and registered nurses. I sure as hell wouldn't give it to air traffic controllers. Remember Ronald Reagan? He knew how to take care of that. And I sure as hell wouldn't give it to anybody in DHS, FBI, Treasury, all these government agencies. Yes, including those fat, cigar-smoking, schlumpy, belly buck TSA agents. That said and done, the Iran war has me concerned. You all know that. It seems to be expanding like crazy. These assholes in Iran are firing rockets into Saudi Arabia. They're firing them into Oman, of course into Israel. I hate Israel. We need a sudden, quick finish to this war. I don't know what it would be. I don't know if it would involve troops on the ground. I would pray to the Lord it does not offer troops on the ground. But they've been firing missiles and rockets. They seem to be getting them from somewhere. Where in the hell are they getting their drones, their rockets, and their missiles from? Where? We can figure that out, don't you think? Unless the CIA is as bad as the TSA, then we're lost. So let's see what we can do about this regime change. See if we can bring about some order of peace. But knowing the Islamic people as I do, and I've read the Quran, have you? Knowing these people, I can only say this. As long as Islam remains, the only way to control Iran will be to surround it with a ring of steel, another fence. Patrol who goes in and out of there, basically make it a penal colony for 80 million people. Sound cruel? I guess you'd rather have bombs and rockets landing in Kansas City. That's going to be entirely up to you. So this viewpoint, it's mine. Many people agree, many will disagree, but I swear to God, we need to do something radical, something that makes the Democrats just totally spiral out of control like the Tasmanian devil on the Warner Brother cartoon. We need something with that kind of effect. We need to be scooping these illegals up, tossing them over the border by plane, by train, by rocket ship. I don't care. Get rid of them. Then we need to look at the corporations that have been buying up properties, right? They're buying up one-family homes. We bid on a house here recently and got outbid by, yes, a big corporation. One of these house buyers. I'm not going to get to that. It makes my ass hurt just thinking about it. People, let me calm down. I'm in my peaceful spot. My cute little blue car is right behind me. I just thought I'd do something out of the car for once. I'm sitting here, table and chair in a parking lot, loving the life out of what I'm doing. And I just got to tell you, despite all the trouble we have with abortion, with LGBTQ, with rampant violent crime, despite the same time we have a war going on, despite the fact that other countries are lining up to wage war, despite that, things are okay. Most of us can still pay the power bill and the utilities, put gas in the car, eat food. But that's also what makes us so complacent. The American people, by and large, don't want to be bothered with politics at all, as long as they can put gas in their tank, send their kids to soccer practice, have a beer, they're happy. The problem is, people, what I'll ask you, what are you going to do when it takes all you've got just to put gas in the tank? When it takes all you've got just to feed your kids and you can't afford to send them to soccer camp? What are you going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get pissed, like I get pissed. You're going to look at homes, and while you can't afford to buy a home, while you're living with mom and dad and grandpa, because the median house price is over $500,000. Dig this. I've said it before, I'll say it again. A $600,000 home, which is not a hell of a lot of home, at 6%, which is a really nice rate, on a 30-year fixed loan gives you over $3,245 a month house payment alone. That doesn't count property tax, insurance, mowing the lawn, fixing the leaky faucet, cleaning the house, trimming the yard. Doesn't include that shit. HOA fees. By the time you're done, you've got to have $4,000 a month to keep that house. How about that? If you don't rise up and bitch about it now, you are going to be entertaining your kids and your grandkids, and they're going to be living in your house with you when they have their kids and their kids, because they can't afford to get out. They need a median income of $170,000 a year to afford an entry-level house. You go to manufactured housing, that's a good way to go, in the right community, the right neighborhood, but that is also quickly being eaten up by these house buyers. May they burn in hell. I bleeped that word. Made me so angry. Move back to the good. I keep drifting to bad, and I'm sorry. We have food. We have clean air. We have reasonable traffic. If you're living in a home, God bless you. If you're not, may God bless you even further to find a place where you could live. There are churches and organizations that will help you with this. Get a drink here. Throat's going crazy. Cat and buffalo. Here we go. There we go. You know, for a 71-year-old man to be able to at one time and not, I'm doing pretty good, don't you think? I'm looking at Easter, which is coming up, the greatest Christian holiday, the greatest holiday on the planet, because it celebrates Jesus Christ coming back from the dead. Greatest miracle people ever saw, witnessed by far too many, recorded far too accurately to be anything but true. You know, he is risen. Strong words, strong words. We see elements of the Catholic Church, the traditionalists, gaining a foothold in this country, bringing back the true gospel of the Holy Roman Catholic Church, and eschewing those standards of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, USCCB. What a bunch of whores. We got a good pope in there. Let's see what Leo can do about it. He's still getting his feet wet in papacy. Yeah, loud car. Hope you're happy. Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. You know these guys do that. They got a diesel truck. They don't have to. They do it because it's cool. I asked them, I hope your mom is so proud of you. She must be, because you can make your truck spit smoke. Good for you, jackass. Oh, I'm enjoying this ramble time, but all good things must come to an end, I suppose. Inside to outside, we'll see where I go next. And I am not paid by these people. They do not sponsor me in any way. But BK, baby, they've got the best damn double cheeseburger, period. Well, at least they're Whoppers, double cheeseburgers. Don't try comparing them with Jack in the Box or McDonald's. No, Burger King, flat out. Okay, I'm not being paid, so let's get off the commercial. You know, one technical thing I've managed to figure? Putting an extension cord on my microphone. That was not as easy as it looked. But I got the right one, and I don't have to take the case off my camera. Yay, team. I'll see you later.